Cool.
All right. Already off to a great start. I'm frozen already. Gone green. And yeah, so hold on one second, guys. All right, before it cuts out again, which it will, before I even get through this intro, what is going on, Toy Fan, Project Puppet Customs, and welcome back to another episode of Turtle Talk Live. We are on episode 62, and I'm joined by the one and only Maverick 5 UK. Yeah, I'm having major problems with my camera and Zoom. Zoom did a massive update, and for some reason, I just keep freezing out. So I've got to keep starting and stopping my camera. So it's been driving me mental, but I'll make it a game for you. On whatever funny face it freezes me on, you can screenshot it and send it to me. All right. But just have to persevere because trust me, it's more annoying for me than it is for you, the viewer. Trust me, I'm having to click that damn button. Now I need to just go back on here and make sure we're all right. So we've got in the house Tac Tac Toys of Film. Good evening, gentlemen. Good evening. Good evening. Now, if it freezes, I can't see the screen at the moment, and I've got a 10-second delay on YouTube. I'm reading the chat. Now, if it freezes, which I believe it has again, which it has, there you go. All right. And back again. See, this is what I'm going to have to deal with the entire stream. Fun and games, everyone. Fun and games. But we're going to persevere. Okay, but any tips on making a really quick and simple diorama? I'm looking to get into toy photography with animated X-Men. I was thinking using cardboard boxes. Yes, don't use cardboard boxes. It will not translate well on camera at all. If you want to go the flat option route, I highly recommend the Instaprint printables that Instaprint dioramas does on his Instagram. Pretty much like make your own extreme sets. Okay, I recommend that. If not, do the work, mate. All I can honestly say is get some insulation foam off Amazon and do the work. Okay. Or if you've got it in a budget, commission a dio. But you don't really need a diorama to pull off toy photography. Okay. You know, just a good backdrop here will do you fine. I know the screen's frozen again, but you can still hear me, so I'm going to carry on. But yeah, just as I say, just a good backdrop, either black or white hot or a colored backdrop. If you want to do comic book style, a few environment accessories, and you'll be good to go. Recommend you join the ACBA Facebook group and just look at what it is that they do there and some of the things that can be done. And I do mention this in my beginner's guide series as well, and I do put it to the test. Even printable backdrops, you know, you can create some great art with those. And now I'm going to reset my camera. Okay, so getting through the chat's gonna be fun. I may have to do it on my phone instead of on the screen, but I appreciate you all for being here. And yeah, if you can hit that like button, if you're just joining us, I'm currently having camera issues, so I'm having to constantly turn it on and off, which is going to be fun. So I apologize for the technical difficulties we are having. Okay, so but yeah, as I say, if you've got a good screenshot of my face, let me know. Thomas goes nostalgic. Evening, gentlemen. Evening, my man. How are you? Hope all is well. Turtle Comic Studios, yo, what is going on, my man? Awesome shredder custom, by the way. I did share a link to your video, and I hope people go and check it out. Really good stuff.
Really impressive.
Yeah,
it's very good.
Yeah, really nice use of the Green Ranger shredder body as well, by the way.
Let me just definitely.
Okay.
Yeah, it looks like he's I don't know if he's sculpted it, but he's looks like he's modded the top of the helmet, obviously, to get rid of like the Green Ranger stuff, but he's done it very well.
Yeah, absolutely. Awesome job. And keep going with them, man. Keep going. You got some love and support here, my man. Offspray photographic. Evening, gents. Evening, good sir. Indra, evening, sir. Riley Bob, yo everyone, Turtle Boy is talking toys. Indeed, just with a shitty fucking camera and a shite Zoom update. I've got to get away from Zoom, man, I really do. So apologies for all of this hoo-ha. You're going to see Maverick's face pop up every now and then. I may have to go cameras off for a little bit, just until this shit happens, like right now. So, and boom, I'm back in the room. Okay. And so I appreciate you all for being in here. Hit that like button. I see you're running it up. Throw it in the chat. Let us know what pickups you brought in this week. And if my camera will allow me, I'll show you the very few that I have before we get into the main topic of the evening, because I've got some words about this. And we're going to get right into it. So yeah, let us know if you're here. Say what pickups you got whilst I wrestle with my camera. So yeah, cracking on. So Maverick, as everyone can see you just fine, what pickups did you grab this week, my man?
I've got a few actually. There's a few that have come through this week, so I'll go through them.
I'm going to let you have the floor, okay, so they can hear me. But you are now on screen.
Main stage, right? So first one is the NECA Elf. So been very excited about this one. Shout out to Nostalgia Unboxed for doing a really good review of this guy. He's got some really, really awesome shots of him as well. So when I watched that, I couldn't wait for him to arrive.
Nice one.
Yeah, he's really cool. So definitely one to pick up. Next one. So Dragon Ball.
Oh, nice.
So we got our first farm cell. Very excited. So another one for the collection.
Beautiful.
We got the
Yay, that's what I'm talking about.
Yes.
Nice.
Got the VHS pack.
How's the box with yours? How's the VHS packaging?
Pretty good. There's a very minor ding here, but I can live with it. Other than that, it's pristine. And it came with all 4 individual turtles. So
that's been an issue floating around the interwebs.
Yeah, it's definitely us. So I thank my lucky stars that it actually did, because
nice.
Yeah, could have come with like 4 Donnies or who knows what else.
Yeah, absolutely. Right, let me see if my camera will allow me. I don't want the apps. Piss off. Fucking Zoom, honestly. 1 second. Close dock. Right. Now, probably not going to, but hey, everyone. Right, okay. So I've been really taking it easy with the spending this year. Mainly because all my pre-orders are wrapped up with Toys R Us. There goes my camera again. And of course, they're right now in the middle of a buyout. So I have no idea the status of them. A bunch of shit that's already been released. I haven't obtained yet, like Alf. And so, yeah, I'm just waiting to see what happens, really. But I was tempted to try and buy from elsewhere, but I'm going to wait. I don't need it. I'm not in any rush. So, but what did come in, much like Maverick, finally, is the VHS set. Unfortunately, mine. Where is it? Can you see the top? There it is. You see that, motherfucker?
Definitely. Much worse than mine.
Yeah. And this is one of 2, and the other one, the corner was smashed in. So thanks, NECA. Appreciate it. But beyond that, something else that did come into post. Cover A and cover B of The Lost Years, which I did read finally. And that's a horrible face to freeze on.
I read it myself.
Cool. And we're good. And we're going to get into thoughts on that a bit later. But yes, so Pietro can't make it tonight. Tom is going to try his best to get in here a bit later. So, but for now, it's just, mostly Maverick because my camera keeps freezing out. So take a mental note of this beautiful face. And I'm going to try and read some of the chat. So let me just get to there. And yeah, it will freeze again. Sod all I can do at the moment. Right. Did I miss last week? No, I did a toy photography live Q&A last week. So there was no Total Talk live last week at all. Osprey, no pickup at the moment, but looking at foam and crafting tools. Good. My Token Raza and Soto box set are on the way. Beautiful Indra, glad to hear it. And Tony, I picked up Alf 2 and Gargoyles Hudson. Please say that one more time just to rub it in Maverick's face.
Oh mate, just the gargoyles. I'm done with gargoyles. That is it. It's just been too painful to try and get them in this country. I had a few on pre-order at Dark Side Toys, and then they ripped me off. So I'm like, do you know what? It's over. I'm giving up. There's no more love for it.
So what are you doing with your current gargoyles? Then you obviously keeping the ones you managed to obtain, but that's it.
Nah, I think I'm gonna sell them on, mate. It's just
really.
I'm gonna recoup some of the losses, I think, from that Dark Side rip-off. And then I think there's just no point in having like 3, half a team. So I'm gonna shut up shop, mate. Get rid.
Mate, I feel for you. I really do. God, I can't keep up with this camera. Right. Now it's unfortunately the way it is. It's such a cunt thing that I like, It really is. I feel for you, man. I really do. And anyone else in the UK.
Exactly. I was so excited about that line when it was announced, and it's just been, nothing but trouble to try and get them in. And it's been so expensive as well, just to, even when I do get them, to get them imported in, it's pricey, mate. So I just think, too much.
It is, mate. It is. Right. I can't deal with this camera at the moment. So if it freezes, it freezes. Just going to have to live with it for the moment whilst I get into what we've got going on here. Right. Sorry, Soto accessory set. All good. Thomas, got 3 of my Action Force ladies in. Nicely done. Tony, wasn't the Q&A 2 weeks ago? No, it was last week, I think.
Oh, no, was it? It might have been 2 weeks ago. Pretty sure. Did you not work last week?
Oh, yeah, it was. My bad. Yeah, no, there was no total. Sorry, I'm getting my weeks confused. I've literally worked for about 3 weeks on the trot, including weekends with 1 day off. So all my days are getting blurred into one. So apologies there. There was no total talk. I was working until about 9, 10 in the evening on Saturday evening. So there's no chance. So, so that's why we threw it over to this weekend instead. Best time to talk about all that's been going down. Bear with me a second. Thomas Goes Nostalgic. Is that from Toys R Us, dude? No. Thomas Go. Oh, I don't know actually. Yeah, Thomas. Well, let us know where you're getting your Action Forces from. Because we're having a bit of trouble here at the moment with Toys R Us being what it is. It's okay, Mav. I still haven't found Bronx. There you go. Silver linings, Mav. Even Tony's having no trouble.
Enjoy Hudson, though. I'll enjoy them vicariously through yourself.
There you go. Riley Bob, my man, got my pile of loot or full of goodies. Necker Ronin, Mirage Casey Slash, tons of Star Wars TBC. Xmas came through finally. Oh, poor dude. Now waiting with jealousy as my Alf comes through. I know. So am I. I'm in the same boat, brother. I'm in the same boat. I just got Goliath, Demona, and Hudson for me. For the pickups, Adria. Ben, you need to freeze on a funny face. It needs to catch me at the right time. Maybe we'll do that. But I appreciate your tons in here right now. Hit that like button. Apologies for the frozen camera. Not a lot I can do, but you can hear my voice, and that's what matters. And you can just glare and stare and sexualize and perv over Maverick while my face is away. But yeah, so right, let's get into this, shall we? So I don't know if anyone saw it online. I'm guessing you all did, but it broke. Well, I say broke. It got emerged online in a Facebook group the actor who plays Tatsu, Toshishiro Obata, I didn't know had a son. Who knew? And apparently, according to him, there will be a Tatsu action figure from a post from last year. Mm-hmm. Okay. So that hit the web, that hit all the social media, people went crazy. And of course, it got picked up by TNI News. Shout out to JC, for covering it, because there's a little bit more to the story. Now, when it all first broke, I thought, no, this isn't. And then I started looking a bit more into it. And then I think, okay, this was legit at the time. Then Pietro pointed out that it was from a year ago, kind of then didn't really feel the validity of it, considering we've heard since then that NECA's still having trouble getting his likeness. So like, okay, what's going on here? Is it happening or is it not happening? Either way, I think it's about time we found out. Okay. Duffman Dioramas, what is up, fellas? What is up, my man? Appreciate you being here. Keep running up those likes, guys. I really appreciate it. And you're just gonna have to look at my weird filtered face for the moment as I speak, until I get back to the camera. So let me just roll over to here and show you the article that TNI dropped on this. Let me just sort my camera out for a second. Okay. Share. Actually, one second. Let me go to the article itself, which is over here. Okay. And we'll share it there. So you can all look at that instead of me. Okay. Rightio. So are we getting a TMNT 90s movie master Tatsu figure from NECA? Here is what we know. All right. Now, if you've been a 90s TMNT Turtle fan, yada, 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 a Tatsu figure to add to your collection, there may be hope for you. Back in the 2020s, Randy Falk, in an interview, said the Tatsu figure they wanted to do, but having difficulty getting the actor Toshishiro Obata on board with the likeness rights, stuff we already knew. All right. We're all on board. Well, now, thanks to a discovery first made by Montreal Casey Jones and TMNT News, shout out to them. It's looking very much like that might have changed. Okay, so as you see, they discovered a post by Obata's son, Yukishiro Obata, made on the official Shinkendu Facebook page back in March of last year. See screen cap below, and saying a figure of his father was indeed in the works. And of course, he carries on. It says, now, since that post was made almost a year ago, we have yet to hear anything from NECA. What the fuck's going on with your site, boy? Adverts everywhere. About this. I reached out to Yukishiro, hope I'm pronouncing it right, for a comment on his post. So he actually reached out to him recently. And he told me that a company is working on making a Tatsu figurine and will come out when they finish with it. He did not know when exactly it will come out. Also, he did not know the name of the company who was making it. I mentioned NECA to him, but he just didn't know if that was the company doing the figure or not. NECA is the most logical assumption of who would be making the figure, since I am not aware of any other company currently making figures from the 90s movies. Legit logic right there. But I just want to be clear, he did not know this for sure. And there are other companies who have the license to make turtle products. Also true. Okay. He also mentioned that no one had contacted his father directly. That's not what NECA are telling us about doing the figure. This is where it kind of falls apart for me. Maybe his son doesn't know that NECA have tried, or I'll get into what I think about that properly in a minute. That everything was arranged in a runabout way of getting in touch. I assume this was by whatever company doing the figure dealt with Obata's agents or what have you. But I didn't press him on the details about that. Now, again, we want to be clear that none of this guarantees NECA is making a Tatsu figure, since NECA have yet to make any mention of it. We know NECA is currently working on a Kino figure, yada, 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 which is likely the next movie figure to be released in the line. It certainly seems like there is a good possibility based on Obata's sons. Son has told us that Tatsu could come maybe coming out sometime in 2024, but until or if NECA announces that for themselves, I would continue to treat all of this as a rumor. All right. And here we have the screen grab of his son making the statement. There will soon be making Tatsu action figures. The company needs pictures to match color and detail. And in the post, you see printed screen grabs from the official movie right there. And of course, you can see it's from March of 2022. Okay, now here is where it's flip-flopping for me, both good or bad, is the fact that he said that no one had got directly in touch with his father. Now, we've heard, and I'll preface this by saying all of what we know is from what other people have told us. For all we know, all of it could be complete and utter crap. We don't know. Okay, until we actually see a product, all of this is we don't know. All we can do is hope. You know, you can believe, but what we believe and what's factually true may be two completely different things. Okay, so they have told us that they have tried to get in touch with the actor and have failed. Okay, their story has then changed since. Remember the first time we heard about this? Apparently, they phoned up his dojo in LA during COVID. And he answered the phone. They just hung up again. You know, there's a good chance that Toshishiro may not have realized that that's what they're on about, and hence why he's told his son, no one's contacted me about an action figure, not realizing that was that call. On the same time, they could just be lying, because from what we've last heard from Trevor and all that, is that they have managed to, and he's just not interested. Okay, well, that's the last that we've heard. Again, all of this may be nonsense. I don't know. I'm just letting you know what the information is that's out there. Okay. So, yeah, it's kind of a, is it or isn't it? There's a little bit of hope injected by his son coming out and stating so, you know, a bit more reinforced with Jay doing his journalisting things, whatever you want to call this, and reaching out to try and confirm and get a bit more detail. But that's it. That's all we have to go on. So I would like to pass it over to Maverick, and then of course to you guys in the chat. Let me know what you think is going on here. Okay, because right now it is literally just a yes or a no. At first I'm thinking, okay, this isn't real. Then I was like, okay, yeah, this feels really legit, and NECA will be announcing something this year, which kind of screwed me up for reasons I'll get into after this. But now with this, it's got pointed out that this was last year, and now it's gone back to, I'm right here at the moment. I'm right here. So Maverick, let us know what you think about this and what you think's going on.
I mean, it's very weird that it's suddenly got a load of traction, and considering this post was made like nearly a year ago now, and nothing came up last year when he made the post, but then all of a sudden, everyone's talking about it. It's just a little bit. It is a bit unusual, but it doesn't tell us anything, does it? This confirms absolutely nothing. But the fact that like NECA have said that they've tried since that post was made and they're not getting anywhere with him, that could all be smoke and mirrors as well. Like,
yeah,
it's not unlike NECA to give us a red herring and then suddenly surprise us at SDCC this year with a Tatsu action figure.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I don't know what to think. I'm not sure. We don't even know if it's NECA who it is in talkings with them. But for me, I'm not fussed either way. To be completely honest, I'm more than content with the custom figure that we've made. So yeah, I mean, I'd be happy for the people who are wanting a NECA Tatsu, but yeah, I don't. For me, I'm not. If it isn't true, it's not the end of the world.
No, I agree. Tom, welcome, Tom. Glad you'll be able to make it. Apologies for my weird screen. There's a bunch of issues going on with my camera. All I can ask is you live with it for the time being.
I'll do my best.
So I've just got through reading through this article from TNI about the post that Tatsu's son made, and obviously. I don't know if you're aware, if you read the article or not, that JC actually reached out to him directly to follow up on the post, as it was a year ago, and pretty much says the exact same thing, and just doesn't know who is making it. But also said that no one has actually directly contacted his father about doing an NECA figure. So from where I stand, it's 50-50. Maverick kind of on the same boat. How are you feeling about all of this? What are your thoughts?
I think it's a load of rubbish myself.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't make any sense to me. Like, he knows they're making a figure, but he doesn't know who's making it. He doesn't know what's going on with it. Like, it doesn't really work to me, but
That's it. Like, does he not talk to his dad anymore? Like, are they not in open communication about this big business thing that's happening? An action figure that could potentially make him some money.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's like, they just don't. Nobody seems to know what's going on. Even the guy who plays Tatsu doesn't seem to know what's going on.
Nah, I don't know. It's just a weird one. Until someone officially says something from some company, I'm just thinking it's a load of rubbish.
I don't blame you either. I don't blame you. That's kind of what that's what I'm going to end up doing. I'll be keeping a very close eye on it, as close as anyone can. I think we all will. But yeah, all we can do is see how this develops. But it's just interesting that all this has sprung up. Oh, there's a face that's frozen. There you go. Good look at my head. But this is the kind of shit I'm having to deal with now. Tom, my camera's freezing every 2 seconds. So it might just have to be you and Maverick showing your lovely faces and me serenading you with a voiceover. Right.
Watch the
right, yo. So let's get to the chat and find out how we're all feeling. Okay, so let me have a look here. All right, starting off with Tony. Maybe only Reyes convinced him the way Julius convinced Elias. Don't know. No idea if they've actually been in touch. Would be lovely to know. I'm not sure if it's something that they would disclose if they are working on one until an announcement's been made. Riley Bob sounds about right. Naturally, as soon as you guys produce a solid custom, NECA catching up with an official figure. Cough, cough, Mavericks Ronan. Cough, cough. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. All right, let me undo my frozen screen for a second. Right, go back to it. Okay, let's crack on. Tony and NECA wouldn't lie to us, would they? Asking if, as I wait for a 3-year-old pre-order. What is it you're waiting for? That's been 3 years. We can give you a Mezco version of that, 89 Batman. But yeah, what is it from NECA? I mean, I know they're slow to ship with anything that comes from their store as a pre-order.
Is it that life-size Tiffany doll or something they were making?
Yeah, I remember now. Yeah. That's what it was. Okay, fair enough. Yeah. It's not like they haven't lied to us on Twitter before. Okay. Indra, unless NECA officially announces something, I'll definitely believe it. All you can do is believe in it. I feel like it's kind of NECA trying to see if Tatsu figure has hype worth making now that they're getting to the bottom of the barrel of the characters to make from the first 2 movies. It would be a staple. I honestly think we've been asking about it enough. They know how much people want this figure.
I mean, definitely.
They could just do. Yeah, sorry, Mav, you're on.
If NECA are willing to make, figures from the cartoon line that have been on one episode that was like a blink and you miss it, if they're happy to make those, they are definitely happy to invest into a Tatsu figure. No question.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, exactly. I agree. And here's my thing. They could easily just make the Tatsu from Secret of the Used. Okay, if they really are done with the first film, then maybe they're saving it as Tatsu from the second film, in which he didn't have the silver stripes, it just went to black stripes. But other than that, pretty much the exact same costume. And that's something I'd buy 2 of, and you could just paint it in yourself. Even though I've got a custom of him now, I'm still going to buy one if they do it, of course. Got to have that custom versus official. But yeah, so if they were to do one, I feel that they'd probably lean towards releasing him for Secret to Use rather than the first film.
Yeah, but with the turtle stuff, I don't think they need to build hype anymore. I think they know anything they release, people are going to buy. Like, even if they do it as a store exclusive, so they haven't got to worry about how many a store will order or something. They know they'll get enough sales to make it worth their while.
Yeah, that's it. They've been questioned enough over and over and over, so I think they get an idea of how much people want this one. Moving on to Alberto Magana. Appreciate you dropping by. What's up, guys? How about a vanilla ice with soft goods would be nice? That actually rhymes. Don't hate the play, hate the game. Appreciate it. Yeah. Go Ninja Go, baby. Go Ninja Go. I'd love to do some toy photography and make a Suge Knight custom, hang him off the balcony. Where's my royalties, bitch? Bring it. Indra, I hope you say maybe and it freezes. Because of that, I'm not gonna. I'm keeping the camera off for the moment. Tiffany, life-size Chucky. Oh, okay, so life-size Chucky. Tiffany already shipped. Chucky, end of the month. Fair play. So yeah, this is hopefully I was trying to get a bit more conversation at the topic, and we'll stretch it out. But yeah, so I can see it more being for Secret to Use rather than 1990 if they were to do one. But I think for now the best thing to do would be to adopt Tom's mentality with it, is just wait until something official comes through.
I'm surprised if they are struggling with it. I'm surprised they didn't kind of almost give it to us in a sneaky way. They've done that before with some of the Predator guys that were missing. They could have, with the Shadow Warriors 2-pack, maybe it includes some accessories that you could have attached to them to kind of turn one of them into a little bit of a Tatsu. Obviously, it wouldn't include the face, but I mean that's the most difficult part was for us anyway when we're doing our custom was the outfit. So
yeah, Absolutely. It was the whole thing was an absolute pain in the ass to put together, to be honest, trying to find something that will work. And we pretty much had to build 90% of it from the ground up.
Yeah.
So, yeah, some way around it would have been great. I don't know. I have a feeling they've got it ready to go like they did with Casey, and they just can't pull the trigger on, releasing it. So it's probably the master mold is probably sitting there. Probably is just sitting there.
That's so they can get around, like, I know McFarlane are doing the same sort of thing recently, where if they can get a license for the comic adaptation of the film and make a figure from that.
Oh, true. Yeah.
I know that's what they're doing with a lot of the Batman 66 stuff, is they can make it from the comic, not from the TV show.
Hence why it looks a bit more, I get you.
Yeah. It's, was it Mattel that did that with the Masters of the Universe, the live action stuff? Like, they couldn't get the likeness rights, but they base it on concept art?
Yeah, and NECA have done it with what did they do? With the Flash Gordon. They didn't get the Flash Gordon movie rights, so they just made the Defenders of the Earth figures, but in those outfits.
Yeah.
So they've got the comic look, but with the film outfits on.
Yeah. It's kind of a workaround. Or they'll just do a toon line version, even though Tatsu had never appeared in the cartoon. Neither did The Last Ronin, yet they're making one of them. You know? Or they're going to be bringing out... Did Tatsu appear in any of the other cartoons? Wasn't it 2012? The 2003 one?
Was he masked? I think there was a masked version of him at some point. I'm not sure what iteration it was in, but I'm sure there was a masked version of him.
Yeah. I think there's an animated version of him somewhere. And Sod's Law, it'll be that if they do anything. But so there wouldn't be any talks with his old man if it weren't going to be including his likeness rights. So just do it, you know. So it's a tough one at this moment. Xavier R, I so much hope it's true. We all do, dude. We all do. What about a blink and you miss it range of movie 1 and 2 figures? What, pretty much like Splinter of was it Spirit Splinter, that one? Just give it to Loot Crate. You don't have to worry about any sales then. I mean, Indra, the man who has boxes stolen from the van and goes, 2017 had Tatsu. I mean, 2012. I was about to say 2017 was a cartoon. Okay. Well, if they release a 2012 range, God help us all.
I will be all over a 2012 set of Turtles.
Indeed. I still need to watch it fully. As again, it was like something I never saw at the time, and I'm as far as I know, I'm childless, so I haven't had the opportunity to watch it with kids growing up either. So it's one I do really, really want to jump on at some point. So, but yeah, let us know. Hun from 2003 was based on Tatsu. Really? Okay. So there you go. It's all coming out now. It is all coming out now. But yeah, it's just it's
one of the dragons.
Oh, one of the purple dragons. Yeah, that's right.
Was he in the 2003 one as well? I was going back to the 2012 one again, but that wasn't Hun. That was something else. I'm getting those mixed up now. There's been so many.
Yeah, the only Hun I know of is from the IDW comic.
Yeah, but no, he was in the 2003, and then I was thinking of the Bradford was in the 2012.
Gotcha.
Who then got dated with dog or something.
Yeah. I gotcha. Well, going on from this, as some of you may be all aware in the chat, obviously with Minor Mavericks Custom, with the head sculpt I had intended on planning doing the sale at some point. I never specified when, but I was getting the ball rolling this year and still am. in terms of cast to sale, and I was really, really geared up for it. And then this fucking news broke, which I didn't believe at first because of that, because I didn't want to. And then I started thinking, oh, fuck, what if this is true? My sales, if I'm going to make any with this head sculpt, are gone. No one's going to want to pay for a custom head sculpt when they can get an official figure. That is it. Now with this whole, is it going to happen? Isn't going to happen? I'm now in a rock and a hard place. I don't know what to do. Okay. I have paid a lot of money to have a very limited amount commission painted, because I literally do not have the time to sit here and do it. And the commission artist will do a far better job than I could. That commission artist being JCM Jack Mitchell. Okay. He is currently working on them right now. I hopefully should have them back next week. So my plan was to have a very limited batch ready to go as painted. And once they're gone until we'll see how the sales go. I might commission another batch or not. And then to have some blanks open for pre-order. I'll have a batch made ready to go. And then subsequently, if anyone's interested, then I'll make one, there and then for that person. That was my plan. I'm now in a pickle as I don't know what to do, because I don't know if they're going to sell. I might just release them anyway, see how they do. If this batch really doesn't take off, then I'll just leave it as that and I won't do any more. But at the same time, we're also having major postal disruption internationally. Okay, Jack Mitchell is really struggling at the moment. He's having a lot of parcels, a lot of his sculpts sent back because a lot of his customer base is in the US, and they're bouncing back because Royal Mail they had their infrastructure hacked or something like that, and it's caused havoc with their international shipping. And it's hard to try and actually ship internationally now at the moment. I'm hoping all that dies down soon. So yeah, right now I'm really in a pickle as to what to do. So I need to reassess what it is I'm going to do and just make a decision on whether I release these heads, just get this batch out there. If people buy them, they buy them. If they don't, then that's it. I learn and I move on. But we shall see. So I will be putting up an update at some point very soon once I get the head sculpts back from Jack himself. And when I've got some blanks that I feel are ready to go, because I still need to work on them, even though I cast them, they're not 3D printed. I don't have one of those. It's all casting. So I've got to do some repairs here and there. But they will be ready for paint if you buy them. They're going to be pre-primed, so you can do your own painting or have whoever you want painting them for you. So I really have a tough choice to make. So, so that's where all of this landed right when I was ready to get the hype going on the sale of these Tatsu heads, and I just fucking destroyed all of it. So now I'm kind of like, I need to build the hype back up again. But, it's just enthusiasm. That's all it is. I've had a few people hit me up recently since then and say, look, these heads still going ahead. I've been like, I don't know, maybe just be patient. I've been saying that quite a bit, but I'm right on the cusp of fucking putting something out there and it all goes tits up. So we shall see. Okay. So Tony, they could just make Tatsu body in a foot mask and call it a concept figure. I agree. Something they could do. That would be pretty sweet. You should get the body. 2012 is a combination of 80s and 2003 versions, and I think they go further with the violence, especially in the last seasons. That's why I kind of really, really want to check it out like proper. I've seen bits and pieces, so I'm familiar with it. I'm familiar with the designs and stuff. Sorry, go on, Tom. Sorry.
I was just going to say the ones we watched, like the Mad Max episode, so that's some of the best turtle stuff I've ever seen.
I still need to watch that. I've seen some customs based on the on those episodes, and I'd never seen anything like those designs before, and they look incredible.
Yeah, man. Yeah, that blew me away. As soon as Tom recommended it to me, he showed me where I could watch them, and I did, and it was just insane. Just a mix of Mad Max and The Last Ronin with the 2012 animated style, and it's like, this is just insane, But it's good insane. Not everyone likes different, but it was just like, it took me away, and it was like, okay, I can get it. It's so detached, but so enjoyable at the same time. It's mental, absolutely mental. I think we'd have to do an official watch along for it. I think it's got to be done. We keep saying we'll do it. Got a few others to get to first, but to let me know, if you want to we'll do that one and then get to others. Happy to do that as well. Tony, sell before official announcement. I know, but I just don't know when it's going to drop. I think that's my plan. I think that's where I'm leaning to, is to just get this batch out the way, keep open the pre-order for some blanks. I may or may not do another batch of painted. It costs a lot of money. And just FYI, if I am to sell these painted ones as limited batch, they are going to be expensive, just so I can recoup some of that cost back. But it's worth it. And then just sell some blanks and see how they get on. But I don't know. All it will depend on is that initial sale. It's just that this news kind of just sucked all the buzz from it. It's good because we all want Tatsu. If you can get an official one, great. It's just I put all that work into getting sculpts ready for it, and it's kind of like cucked right at the fucking finish line.
I think it's still worth you persevering with it, mate. I think there's definitely still a place for it, even if there's a potential official one on the way. Like it could easily, somebody could with that head sculpt could easily pull together a Tatsu custom. You can get like a robe set easily enough online, and it'll look absolutely amazing. So I think, especially with a JCM Customs paint job on there, I think it's definitely worth you persevering and getting them sold.
Yeah, because let's face it, we're basing all this on the fact that the Nega head sculpt is going to be good. And I think that it is.
I know.
Market is there for a reason.
True. It is true. There's no lies detected, mate, at all. You're dead right. So what I might do, and I think, is have the option available if one so wishes. There'll be the price, that's it. But if you want it, it is there. I might just approach it that way. So yeah, an announcement will be made very, very soon. As soon as I get the head sculpts back and I'm happy with them, which I'm we'll go from there. So that's the latest update on the Tatsu head sale. So yeah, let's just finish off a bit of the chat here. SNA Toys, what is going on, my man? I know we've been messaging just recently. Oh, this is where you all are, over here messaging you and Mav. Miss you, boys. We miss you too, my man. Miss you too.
I need to get him back.
We have to get him back on for sure. We have to get him back on. He dipped in and out of the toy collecting community, and it's like, obviously, doesn't mean the friendship goes with it. We've been chatting back and forth for a while. More than welcome back on time. But I know you're a new dad now, mate. I hope fatherhood is treating you well. It looks like it is. So whenever you've got a bit of time, you let us know, and we'll get you back on, my man. We'll get you back on. Hey, Tom, how's the new underwear? Sorry, Turtle Talk, I forgot. I don't know which. I guess that's an inside joke. I don't know. No. But Tom, how is your new underwear?
My new underwear is always good. We're talking at Christmas. We're at the age where we're really happy to get new underwear. You get new pants at Christmas.
No, Turtles figures and new underwear. That's a good Christmas present right there. That is it. Ivan Sanchez, watch the one with Usagi. It was hardcore. Nice.
Oh, yeah. Good episodes as well.
Excellent. Okay, I'm pumped for this now. My favorite animated is Turtles Forever. Is that the one where they're all in it?
Was that the?
Was it the 2003? Was it 2003 like animated movie? Was that?
Yeah, I think where they met the 87 ones and then the Mirage ones as well, wasn't it?
Oh.
When they were trying to get like the Prime universe or something.
Gotcha. We're worth watching for sure.
It was good anyway.
Yeah, well, that's the main thing. Could have gone horribly wrong. Right, let me carry on with this. Sorry, I'm going to keep camera off for it for now. I just can't deal with the freezing right now. So focus on these two lovely chaps for the moment. My favorite animated is Turtles Forever. You did that. Now, Tony, if we do get NECA Turtle Tatsu, other than alt, head, and hands, what are your accessory predictions? Good question. If it was to be released, because he didn't really handle anything.
No, they'll do throw a few weapons in there.
And an ooze canister, because nobody comes with them. So
no, that's a good point. We haven't got any ooze canisters. We could do.
Yeah. Yes, the one accessory we've been missing for everything. Come on, NECA, get your finger out your ass. Smoke bombs, the little round white balls. If they're doing the Soto version, I could see that. Ooze canister. And yeah, for sure, weapons, swords, the basic shit we've got from the other foot soldiers. Maybe a kendo stick. and just a shitload of it. Oh, well, I say shitload, some alternate hands.
Yeah.
And 2 scowling faces. If I had my camera on, I'd show you them right now. That's kind of it. I can't really see anything else being added on. But I think that's where they're going to struggle as well with the accessories.
It's hard to make ultimate figures when most of them didn't really have much.
Yeah.
I mean, they could put a couple of head sculpts in, but like you say, he wasn't the most expressive geezer.
No, exactly. Yeah. Just you know, so there's those two. You have to just imagine what my face looked like then.
A golf club. I bet they throw in a golf club to reuse that from Casey.
Yes, very clever, very clever. True. Very true. Yeah. Or we know what would be good, even though he didn't really. Or did he? Yes, because he gave it to. Was it Tatsu who gave it to Shredder in 1991? A loose headband to give to that foot soldier who had the initiation.
That'd be pretty deep cuts, but it would work.
Yeah, or a loose foot mask. You know, just something. I'm just spitballing here, but yeah. But yeah, so that's our thoughts on the accessories. Zach, sleep deprived, but we have a walker now. Hey, definitely need to get back in here soon, man. Keep saying it, but really need to happen for sure, bro. For sure, absolutely. You got to show us more of your indie Hot Toys custom because that's looking fire. Yeah, always welcome, dude. Always. Tony, yeah, that's the one. Indra, 2003 and 1987 Turtles. The Mirage was Turtle Prime. Gotcha. That's who the crossover was in that Turtles Forever. Tony, I would like a foot mask. How they do unmasked Spidey figures. Yeah, exactly. Like, you know, it's just flimsy but a hard piece that you can hold in your hand. Something like that. Something like that would be good. Okay, that is a chat caught up. Now, moving away from Tatsu nonsense and drama, a little ditty of a comic book released very recently. Follow on from The Last Ronin. Did we all read?
Nope.
And by that, I'm asking the chat also, as well as my panel, if you had a chance to read The Lost Years issue 1, let me know. And because I did today, after getting my cover A and B, I've got C on the way. Tom, I know you've yet to receive yours, but did you read it online or are you still waiting?
No, not yet. I used to try and read it online, but I like having it in my hands.
I agree. And Maverick, you said you read it today as well, yeah?
I did, yeah.
Okay, so now I don't want to really, it's not going to go into spoilers, but just overall thoughts on how you felt about the book. So I'll start with yourself.
My thoughts are that if this was the first Last Ronin comic I'd read, I'm not sure I'd want to keep reading it. Like, I can't really think of anything actually within that story that is spoiler worthy. Like there wasn't anything like that really massively happened where, you know, we're going to upset Tom if we talk about it. Do you know?
I know. I think the only thing that there is not knowing going into the book is like how the format is, like how often are they going to stick to the present, how much are they going to focus on flashbacks, and how much is that balance between the two, and what you see in the continuation stuff. You know, how far ahead have they jumped, or is it just picked up right where the last one left off? I guess that's kind of all can be considered spoilerish for someone who wants to go in blind.
There was definitely there was more actually like now stuff than I was expecting. Like I was just fully expecting it to be like purely based on the lost years of when he was like in Japan, like going on his walk through the mountains, which it does pick up on that, and it does start from there as well. But yeah, I wasn't really expecting it to kind of delve into some of the stuff from the first 5 Last Ronin books, which it did. So that did surprise me.
Yeah, I
really liked that. That was the part that I really, really enjoyed.
Yeah, it's a bit 50-50. Like there's half the book is, well, I say half, I say like 60-40. You know, it's 40% covers like where they are, you know, what's going on now, and then a big chunk of it is obviously covering what Mikey got up to after his brothers had died, and between then and where we see him in the first issue of the first Last Ronin. I personally would agree. Now, I want to know what your thoughts are on where they're going with it in the continuation part. If you could indulge us on that, and I'll let you know how I feel about it as well.
It's not really kind of. I don't feel like it's leading us anywhere. Like, I don't really know what direction they want to take it in. There's no, like I said, there's no major. It's not like setting up any major plots or anything at the moment. It's literally just you're just delving in, you're just checking in, and that's all I feel like it was. Like, when I was reading it, I felt like it was just very much a setup story. It was very much a part one of a story that didn't tell you much about the direction. That was what I got from it anyway. It was just a little glimpse into it, and actually I felt like I went through it really, really quickly. Like, I don't know if it was a shorter story, but I felt like it was not a lot happened in it then, basically.
Well, the book is nowhere near as thick as the Last Ronin ones were when they came out. But obviously, as anyone who's known where the Last Ronin ends and where it obviously leaves you on a bit of a cliffhanger as to give you an idea as where they want to continue with it, obviously it does pick up from that. And it's just whether or not how you felt when you saw where they wanted to go with it at the end of the Last Ronin, how that initially made you feel, and how you feel with it going forward now. My thoughts are, I really am not feeling at all where they're going with this now. I didn't when I first saw the very tease at the end of the Last Ronin, and that's just because it's, you know, I'm an old head. I you know, if anyone's seen it, spoiler alert, sorry, but yes, there are some new baby turtles.
Yeah.
You know, they continue on with that. It's fine. You know, I think the names for them are stupid.
I agree.
Feeling the names for these new turtles at all, I think they're ridiculous. And you know, I'm not interested in new turtles. You know, I'm not interested in, and that's okay. I wouldn't criticize anyone for saying the same thing. If people want to see where it goes, oh, it's new, it's different, it's true, it's new, it's different, and that doesn't mean it's always bad, doesn't mean it's always good. So it's new, you know, it could be new turtles for a new generation. I wouldn't let a new generation read this book. It's still bloody and gory, you know, from when they go back to the flashback stuff. Now, knowing what the state of the comic book industry is, along with the rest of fucking everything else entertainment wise, and the agenda behind who they're employing to create content in these spaces, that's where I have a little bit of a worry as to where they would go with it now that they can do a fresh start. You know, IDW is losing money hand over fist, Turtles ain't saving it, and it's like, where can they go with it? Now, we know it can be in good hands with Tom Waltz, Ben Bishop, Eastman, but we know that Heather Antos is the IDW editor. I've already found a typo in the book, and Heather Antos is an absolute pile of shite of a woman. She's fucking awful, a horrible human being. And yeah, so I kind of worry a little bit as to where they're going to go with it. And now that they have the freedom to do so, at the same time, I'm not really that interested, but I will read it. I will see where it goes. More in it for the flashback stuff, which is really good in this book. I personally really loved the flashback stuff. It does, you know, you got a glimpse of it, of the pilgrimage that he had to go on and what he threw himself into after his whole, you know, his everyone gets killed and before he ends up where he is now. And they go real into that journey, and that's awesome. That's awesome. So yeah, I'm all in on that, and that's what I will be buying this book for. Is you can't see it because I've got the camera off, but yeah, that's kind of where I am with it at the moment. So I'm not interested in the new continuation. For me, the Last Ronin ended where it ended. I just wouldn't mind a bit of backstory and just filling out and fleshing out what actually happened to him to get to the point where he is when we see him. So that is.
I'm definitely opposite way around on that. I'm still fully invested in those first 5 issues. I'm enjoying just reading more of that story.
That's it. That's what I mean. That for me, like the Last Ronin story is contained, and if they want to flesh out any more of that, I'm in for it. Which is what I mean. Like for the flashback stuff in this new book, that's all I'm interested in.
Right.
That's what I'm referring to. So like the 1 to 5 closed book, that's it. I don't really care how it progresses further than that with these new turtles. And you want to build upon the lore within those 5 issues, what this one's doing also, give me it all. That's where I'm at. That's what I meant by it.
Do you think with the the continuation of the storyline then? Obviously, we know that these new turtles. Do you think that we're going to flash forward with in the future issues then? Because at the moment, they're very much like toddler turtles.
Yeah, they flash forward already because in the end of the book, they were just literally babies in an incubator, and now they're walking and talking. Bit of a spoiler, if you want to call it that, but they are toddler stage. You know?
Yeah. So, but do you think we're going to get even further? So, like, we're going to see them as teenagers?
Maybe like one more issue with them as toddlers, and I think after that it might flash to when they're like approaching teenhood, or coming out of coming out of childhood into teenhood, like bridging that gap. And yeah, I think there will be a bit of a jump in time. I do agree. I think it probably will be. I don't know how many issues this is going to go on for, if they've been capped at 5 again or not.
I think it is. I think it's 5 again.
Yeah, so good chance we'll probably see a time jump in it, because they've got to have some plot and bad guy to go up against. Right now, it doesn't tell us anything. You're dead right on that front. So they've got to give us a story of where this is going. You know, there was a little hint of what they could possibly be facing, the power struggle now that the Foot are gone and stuff like that. So who knows? We'll see where it goes. But I do think that there will be a time jump for sure.
What did you think of the pencils in the art? What do you think of the art style with the?
Not really anything to blow smoke for at all. They seemed pretty just basic stuff. I liked, as I said when I was talking to you and you guys in the group, I liked the framing and the panel structure of the storyboarding, like you would when you're like a movie director would, the angles of shots and stuff like that. The way that, when you storyboard, that's kind of what you do. So I like that part of it, the angles they chose for the perception and stuff like that. The actual pencils of the detail, whoever drew the continuation stuff, it cannot draw women whatsoever. They look like fucking chunky blokes. Okay, and it's kind of like that goes to society now, because that's the norm, isn't it? If you can't, anything feminine now is pretty much socially illegal. You got to make everything look like a dude. So, but this kind of lent into that as well. It's kind of like you want to go that route, fine, but I'm not buying it. So the artwork isn't meh, but I do like the structure of the storyboards and the angles of some of the perspectives that they chose for some of the panels. I really did enjoy. So it's good and bad, so the bits of it I enjoyed in that.
I did the continuation stuff. That was Ben Bishop as well. He was in the first 5, so I liked it. I didn't actually run into any issues with it as much as you did, but I definitely bumped into some of the then stuff, the flashback stuff with Mikey. Same as you, I just did not like that artwork at all. It was.
Well, this is weird. It's Ben Bishop. They drew April and Casey fine in the original Last Ronin, and now they just look like they're fucking put on 50 pounds each of them, and it's kind of like, why can't they just draw them feminine like they were before?
Yeah,
it's just comic books. It's not real life. I know people go up and down in body forms.
But with April, if I'm honest, in the first 5.
I actually agree. No, I agree actually, because we were talking about this in our reviews, where her regular talking face looked like she was screaming at Mikey.
Yeah.
So I agree. In terms of like faces, there's some panels in this too which don't look like the ladies talking, just like they're just yelling. I agree. It's funny you brought it up actually. Yeah, it's just the overall anatomy. Just didn't think they nailed on in this at all. But it is what it is.
Maybe that's what they were going for, like a battle worn, like haggard look.
That's what they want you to believe. Trust me, I know what the real agenda is behind this shit, and it's just social acceptance and political correctness. Believe me, I know they do. You see it all the time, and they tell you, oh, it's for this, that, and the other. And it's not. It's just to score brownie points with the fucking crazies on Twitter. Literally, what it is. I want to ask how people feel about the new Velma cartoon. Job done. Mic drop on that. It says that's it. They can say that this is the real angle of it all. It's like, no, we know exactly why. But it is what it is. If the angle they want to go, that's fine. It is what it is. But yeah, so I'd love to, whenever we have Turtle Talk again, Tom, you've got to share your thoughts when you get around to reading it. Do you know when yours are arriving or who you bought from?
Monday. I mean, I ordered. When did I order it? Monday, was it? Monday or Tuesday, might have been Tuesday. I ordered it, and it didn't get posted till Friday.
Gotcha.
So I'm hoping it'll be here Monday.
Right, yeah, fingers crossed. But so yeah, this I'm really enjoying the backstory stuff, and I think you will as well, Tom. So and yeah, see, I feel like people, go for it with the direction that they're going now. It's just personally for me, not really interested in where they're going to go with it. Turtles for me is the four brothers. I'm not as easy swayed with change, just as a Turtles fan point of view. You know what I mean? But no, they're not my Turtles.
If NECA was to do a Lost Years action figure line, then would you want a Mikey in that art style from the I don't think I would. I'd be interested in something like that.
The completionist in me says yes, but I agree. Now, it all depends on how he comes out, because, like I say, we can get some stupid looking designs or really bad art, but make excellent action figures. So I really need to see a prototype. The paint job would obviously reflect the art as well, but I honestly don't know. Big question mark on that. Good question, 100%. Just yeah, I honestly not sure. I like his armor design. I like that, because that kind of briefly showed that off in the original 5 books. So obviously continuing on from that, would you make a custom of the past Mikey with his like straps and padding and stuff like that, or would you not worry?
No, I don't think I would. I don't think it would make the collection. I think, the only one who I think was actually toyetic enough to want an action figure of is Casey. In her design, she had this really cool outfit on.
Yeah, I agree. Actually, I agree. Yeah. You mean from the last issue of the main book?
She was wearing it in this.
Oh, was she?
Right.
Same.
Yeah.
No, I give you that. Her costume, I actually don't mind. I really love April's design with the cybernetics and stuff. It was only the proportions of the anatomy really that I had trouble with. But no, in terms of costume, I agree. She looked pretty kick-ass. It's been a while since I've read the book, so I didn't know if it was the same outfit or not.
Yes, I think it was actually. But
okay.
Yeah, but yeah, I really like that. So that was definitely it. Was Mikey wearing a white scarf at some point in that? I'm sure he was.
I don't know. I'll have to flip through it again.
About Mikey in a white.
Oh yeah, don't talk about Mikey and scarves. Christ, we're still
as featured in the Christmas.
Yeah, good lord, still having PTSD from that. Fuck.
Oh god.
I've hidden the video now because it's like all 100. I see it. It's privatized now. If anyone wants to see it, I'll send them a link, but it's not available. I'm not putting anyone through that anymore.
No, it didn't go down well.
No, 104 people saw it. It did get a few dislikes. I don't care. I'll happily do another one, but it won't stay on the channel. It'll be there for the moment.
We like it, so I'm not surprised that other people didn't.
No, yeah, exactly. Join us. All right, let me catch up with some of the chat. Apologies on being off camera. It's just my camera at the moment. It's just fucked, so I have to settle with my voice for anyone chiming in. Right, where was I left off? Ivan Sanchez, only seen a preview. I will wait more until I see more development. I'm guessing he means the comic. Do I have to be caught up with IDW to read the Ronin? No. There's a big debate as to what The Last Ronin is leading from. Some say it's his own contained thing. Others say, and I kind of agree, because this is kind of what we spoke about when they first announced The Last Ronin, that it's more of like a 30-year jump from the original Mirage book, from the way that ended or just stopped. So, and I didn't read all of the Mirage. I got the gist of what happened in the end, and you could go into this fresh. Because it is so far in the future. Yeah,
and that's the beauty of it. You don't need to have read anything. There's you don't need a debate about where it came from. It could come from wherever you want it to come from.
Yeah, exactly.
Because it's not from anywhere.
No, I mean, the basic principles of the Turtle universe, the foot of the bad guys, Casey and April, they have a relationship, and the Turtles and Splinter exist. And yeah, you can make up your own. It's like Inception, ending of Inception. You can sort of make up your own, where it picked up from. It kind of fits them all, really. It's kind of like, this is where, even in the flashbacks, from where it picks up in the flashbacks of the main book, it's kind of like, right, even that is far ahead in the future. It's like, this is where they are now, despite everything else. this is where they are now. Still got conflict with the foot, you know. And this is the point. This is where we're picking up from. You don't really need to. It's not like a Marvel Cinematic Universe. You know, you're not like watching Endgame for the first time after seeing the rest of it. It's literally, this is where they are now. I'll say it again.
As long as you know the story of the Turtles in some fashion, you'll get it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So Tony, you can go in fresh, mate. As well as to Zach, if you're still in here. I know you're saying you were sort of dabbling with it for the first time. Just dive in, mate, because you will easily just get exactly what's going on from how far it is in the future. You know, you know then it doesn't. There's no references to anything really that happened in the past that we don't already kind of know. And there is some little bits where they do speak about, which hopefully they might even fill in that part. You know, some lost years, because that's still an open window. I'm gesturing like my camera's on. Sorry, there's still a big chunk of time to fill up that 30 years from wherever they want to pick up from, to let you know how they got to that point that they're in when you first meet them in the book. So that I'm all in for as well. So here we are. Indra, do you guys have any plans to make a custom Shredder garbage figure? Oh, I see what you mean from Soto. I was dabbling with one. It is very easy to do. I'll just paint the face black, shove the crumpled crown on the head, and just Dremel in some scarring and give it a good paint job. It's an easy enough one to do. I may do it as a custom quickie, but at the moment it's not my main priority custom to want to jump on at the moment. And hey, if they could want to pull really deep, then they could always release one. Right, carrying on. Ivan Sanchez, Boom Studios should buy the rights, continue with the IDW TMNT, but have a different writer, because no offense, but after they reached 100 issues, it's all slice of life BS. That's a shame to hear, because I'm currently reading it and I'm not got up to issue 100 yet. So hopefully it doesn't suck that badly. But it's a shame when something ongoing just suddenly takes a massive dive in quality. So hopefully not, but yeah, it seems to be that's not the first person who said that as well. I've heard that quite across the board, that after issue 100 it goes downhill, which is a shame, because the fucking IDW stuff is awesome, really is awesome. No, Ivan Sanchez again. That's why I stick with the indie and manga. Fair play, makes sense. Yeah. Big Troy's Collectibles. What's up, fellas? What is up, sir? Thank you for joining us. Sorry for being off camera, having camera technical difficulties, but listen to this sultry voice instead. Turtles is Four Brothers for me too. That's what it is. Loco Lou, what is popping, people? Hit that like button. Indeed. Thank you for joining, my man. Thank you for joining. And if you're in here, let us know what you think about this whole Tatsu nonsense going on. It was me that put you all through that. I'm sorry. Yeah, it was you, Indra. It was you that put us through the bloody Christmas special. And now we're going to make Pietro and Maverick suffer through the Turtle Tunes.
Yeah,
that's their one.
Oh dear. Like Lou, I'm not looking forward to Haulathon event this year. The list of TMNT Toon Turtles is crazy. People will be upset when they miss out. Is Haulathon going ahead? Is that been confirmed that it's going ahead again this year? I had no idea. I saw the list of the Toon Turtles that's been released.
Yeah, I haven't seen anything about it, but I'd assume it'll go ahead again.
Yeah, because the first one was such a great success. You don't hear much more about these NFTs or this auto T shit, do you? That kind of died on its ass.
Yeah, that's definitely gone off the radar, hasn't it?
Mm-hmm. But yeah, I would agree with you, Loco. If they do go ahead with Haulathon 2.0 for 2023, then yeah, the people are going to be going absolutely mental on social media groups, venting, and then being laughed at for venting, as the norm is.
Like back in the day when companies would make stuff and then send it to shops, and you'd go in and buy it and go home.
Yeah, somehow that format is just like not acceptable anymore. You've got to fucking make you jump through hoops of fire beforehand. Fucking ludicrous. And that is the chat caught up. So yes, that's kind of everything I had to really that was on tonight's agenda. Tom, as you're here, you obviously came in a bit later, but we didn't get round to what you picked up in this week. You actually bought something, didn't you?
I did.
All right, let's have a look then. Oh, yes. And that is the Hush McFarlane Batman.
Yep. And it's fucking brilliant.
I know you've been gushing over it since you got it.
Honestly, though, like, the head sculpt, fucking brilliant. It's even got shading. Probably can't see it on camera. But there's shading.
Wow.
And this was £18, I think, something like that.
Amazing.
20 quid.
Now, answer me this, or riddle me this, as we're on Batman theme. Is that the same buck they used for the 2-pack with Hush?
Yes, exactly the same. But they painted it properly.
But it's got a new hat.
Because obviously the glove line is painted on.
Yeah.
Whereas where they cast it in black last time and then just thought, we'll just stick it on. We need to paint the grey on. Like
it's the little things in life, isn't it? You know.
But even like last time, his elbow joints were black, weren't they?
Yeah.
It's made no sense. But no, for what you're paying, like I prefer this honestly to the Mafex one.
I know what you're saying, yeah.
Like, I mean, you can't say that it's a better figure. Like, it doesn't articulate as well, but it looks more like Batman. Like, it's a better build. The whole silhouette is better than, like, the Mafex is a little bit scrawny for me.
Yeah.
And I always say, like, you know, the price point that McFarlane is, like, you can forgive some nitpicks like that, you know, like,
yeah,
it's less forgiving for, you know, Mafex to, you know, at that price. You expect it to be perfect.
Yeah, like this is a 20 quid figure. Like, I don't expect it to hit every single pose that I want it to hit or anything, but it's well made. It looks really good. And that's all I want out of a figure, really.
Yeah.
Like, it's all there. Like, why spend? I mean, Mafex are getting up to like £100 a figure now.
Yeah, it's getting ludicrous now.
That's 20 quid. And I've probably got more joy out of this one than the Mafex one.
Yeah, with the price increase of figures nowadays, even just like for stuff that should be in that range as well, like with Marvel Legends and, you know, and NECA was at one point, you know, it's like McFarlane have just kept it and not done any increases. Granted, they obviously we could benefit for a few more accessories, but for what it is, they've just stuck to their low price point. And, you know, you don't have to buy everything that they're doing, but they're going to come out with some gems.
This one came with 2 batarangs and 2 fist hands.
That's the first I've seen alternate hands with a
McFarlane
figure.
The alternate hands are interesting because they're from a completely different figure. Because they've like you've
baby steps, Tom. Baby steps.
Yeah, but you've got plain hands on this, and then you put the fists on, and they've got like the ridged lines across there. But you know, if you put both fists on, they match, so it's all good.
Yeah. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. No, fair play. I'm glad you're enjoying it, man. And it's good to see. And obviously the release of what they've been dropping, which is literally all that's been flooding the toy news this week, is obviously their Dark Knight series figures, which Mav is really excited about, aren't you, Mav?
No.
It's a big Dark Knight fan.
It's definitely unpopular opinion. I just did not like the Nolan films, unfortunately. I know. Boo.
F's in the chat for Maverick. F's in the chat for Maverick. Unsubscribe, unfollow. Unbelievable. And you're not the thing to say when you're trying to get to 1,000 followers on Instagram.
It's like all that work is trying to get you to 1,000 followers. I feel betrayed.
No, I couldn't use the voice. I couldn't get past it. I can't live with it.
You were my brother, Maverick. I loved you.
But the third one, he kind of needed subtitles on for it. It's like, what?
Yeah, even Batman's voice. Like, where's the trigger?
Yeah.
You wouldn't give it on other citizen. I'll give you that. The third one had issues. We're not gonna front.
Second one, masterpiece of a film.
I'm popular opinion here. I actually, as obviously, I'm recognize that it is, and the same goes for Empire Strikes Back. But in terms of those trilogies, I actually prefer the first of those trilogies prefer Star Wars over Empire. And I prefer Batman Begins over Dark Knight, personally.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it was still a good film.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it had what's her name in it, and she could not
Nipples
a wet
City.
paper bag, but
No, the only part of the Batman Begins that I criticize is the fact that it had the close-up shaky cam for the fighting, and I was kind of like, come on, man. That was a little bit jarring, and it's like I really wanted to see him throw down proper without it, like trying to interpret it like Jason Bourne movie. But beyond that, I absolutely adore Batman Begins. I absolutely adore it. And no doubt, obviously, Dark Knight, Heath Ledger just kills it. But
I mean, yeah, I'm not the biggest I'm not the big into the whole Batman world, but would Liam Neeson have been a good casting choice for Ra's al Ghul? Was that a good choice or not so much?
No, not the good choice for Ra's al Ghul was the guy they had playing the fake Ra's al Ghul.
Yeah.
Was it Ken Wannabe or
yeah, that's him.
He was perfect. Like when I saw him on screen, I was like, that is like exactly what you expect. And then it was fucking Liam Neeson.
Yeah.
Like,
Liam Neeson has hair.
but Liam Neeson was still good.
Yeah. Wouldn't have been my first casting choice, but I didn't mind him being Ra's al Ghul at all. And I thought they handled Scarecrow pretty well, even though he wasn't in the movie that much. As the Scarecrow.
I mean, there's only so much you can do with Scarecrow.
Yeah, there is. Yeah, but and I as much crap the third one gets, I love Tom Hardy's Bane. Tom Hardy. It's just after seeing the film Warrior, him just fucking going absolute apeshit in that movie, hench as fuck. I thought, this is Bane. That can't, it's either him or if they went the actual route of having a scrawny guy being actually injected with something, and then the scrawny guy could have been Hardy, and then if they wanted to really go big, they could have had Nathan Jones. All right, that's the guy. If you've seen the movie Troy with Brad Pitt, it's the guy that Brad Pitt fights right at the beginning. The fucking guy's an absolute monster.
Oh yeah. He's a beast.
Absolute beast of a monster.
I think Tom Hardy's pretty much good at anything, and let's face it. So he made that movie watchable.
Yeah.
It's even for the first, hour and 10 minutes or something, where you don't even see Batman.
Yeah.
At least you have.
Yeah, absolutely. At least you had Tom Hardy. So
yeah, I might not enjoy those films, but I can appreciate a good figure. And those McFarlane movie figures, I think they look really nice. They look good. Yeah,
they do. I might have to bite the bullet and collect the lot. Just be nice to have a good range. I've never been a fan of the Mayfix ones personally. Like Tom is, like how Tom feels about the Hush figures from McFarlane. I kind of feel that way about the Dark Knight ones in comparison with Mayfix.
That's true. I've had a few of them, and I felt the same. Like they were good, but they weren't great. So they were still quite, like Bane especially was quite scrawny.
Yeah. Well, because I had the jacket on, jacket off gimmick, and you could pull the arms, so kind of didn't look right.
So he looked good in the jacket, and then he put the arms on, and he's got no chest anymore.
No, exactly. Just from the way I sculpted it.
That's right. If you want Bane, you're going to have to buy all the others anyway, because it's a bath.
That's how they get you.
The only one that I think was a bit disappointing was Scarecrow. I didn't think that was
I don't really. They've gone with the whole straight jacket look, and it's kind of. I would have liked him in the suited body.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
He's also got a big fucking melon for an head. Like, with that mask he's got on, it doesn't look like he's wearing a mask. It looks like he's got a melon on his head.
Yeah. Hopefully, it's just a forced perspective in that camera shot. I don't know. Well, we'll see how the figure comes out. Hopefully not. But
I mean, the price of Garland, you can bite the bullet on one slightly dodgy figure when the others are pretty good, and you get a decent bath.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's worth the hit. Worth the hit. Right, in the chat, I'm seeing Indra coming in again. I would like to make a custom shredder figure, but I'm too scared as I've never done a custom before. But I'd say practice, mate. Find a cheap figure and just practice on what you want to do with it. I want to do some more tutorials. You've seen enough of mine if you do watch them. Start off with painting, just repaint, bit of dry brushing, a bit of washes. Those are your friends, but obviously it does go more than that if you wanted to. And just try it out. So that's how I did. I got inspired by custom, by Cosplay Chris just doing a dry brush on a fucking whatchamacallit, the Armored Batman multiverse from Mattel.
Oh,
that was it. That was a rubbish figure, and with a simple paint job, you can make it look half decent, and that's what kind of got me into just with the painting side of things. And it was Glenn Webb that showed me how to sculpt on a figure.
That is exactly the same journey that I went on, mate. I started painting figures, and then I discovered Glenn Webb, and then he brought the Milliput out, and then that's it. Milliput on cocktail sticks. That's all you need.
Yeah, that is it, man. That is it. Just roll it over, and it's like the basic of basic tools, and it's kind of like this is perfect. And this is absolutely it. So, and then from there, just got the practicing going.
But if you're gonna make a start, then honestly, feel free to hit me up on Instagram with any questions. I'm happy to help. I encourage anybody to go on that journey.
Absolutely. Same here, my man.
Get to that 1K, aren't you?
The grift is real with this one. I love it.
And I love the Nolan Batman trilogies as well.
Oh, I'll follow you again then. Go on.
That's okay. That's all right. I'll delete the hashtag cancel Maverick. That's fine. Tac coming in again. We had the build a figure with Marvel Legends. I wonder if we'll get a break apart Rachel Dawes figure. Oh shit. Oh damn. Oh, that's harsh. Shit.
Brutal.
God damn, son. Oh no. Oh, it would be funny though. Glenn Webb also got me into customizing Maverick 5 UK. Yeah, he was the pioneer for a lot of us getting into the game. He was kind of at the right place at the right time for us getting into the hobby at that time period.
Yeah, cracking bloke as well.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Loved his reviews too. Funny as fuck.
I spoke to him a few times, and he was always like a real fucking nice bloke.
Yeah.
That's it. I never got a chance to actually message him. It was at the point where I messaged him, they won't respond, because I tried hitting up Cosplay Chris and got nothing. Because it's like, all right, you're above everyone else, then fine. Bloody sucking off the flick pick.
I'm the same. I messaged Glenn with some tips, and he was straight back on to me. So yeah, good guy.
Oh man, that's a real one right there. That's a real one, for sure. So guys, we're just sort of winding down. I think I might call it there. I'm going to try and sort this camera out, so hopefully I won't have the same issues next time, even if I have to buy a whole bloody brand new camera. I'll do what it needs to be done. So, but with that, I am going to bid you all adieu. Thanks so much to everyone for kicking us in the chat. As always, been a pleasure chopping out with you all, and for just running up the likes and enjoying the stream. Oh, and Craig Warwick got me into customize as well. Craig Warwick, I discovered after, again, one of the best out there, hands down. Still a laugh, still hilarious.
Fucking brilliant.
Yeah, got to get him on a stream one time. So
I still chat to Craig, and we have a right. Like, it fucking cracks me up every time he starts talking about stuff.
The wittiest and driest of humours, man, gets us all. But yeah, we'll definitely try and get Craig on. Good to do a chat to him finally. But yeah, so that is a wrap, guys. Thank you so much again. Obviously, all these guys' social media links are in the description. Let's help Maverick get to 1,000, please. He's so close.
He is so close. I'm desperate for him to get it so I can then unfollow him and he goes back to 999. That's what I'm desperately waiting for.
Proper. Oh dear. So we will roast you when that happens. It's happened to all of us. Just screenshot it. When it happens, screenshot it so you've got the receipt. Because but that is it from us, guys. Much appreciated love on the latest video of mine. It boomed. It slowed down a bit, obviously, but it boomed straight out the gate. So I appreciate it. It was a fun build, fun surprising my mate as well. And I'll be doing more. I've got some more ideas thanks to Tom and his recent shot. So go check out his profile. But my next toy photography related video will all be about trying the glass technique for the properly for the first time.
Yeah.
Oh,
In the way that, you know, that really shows it off. So yeah, I'll be looking forward to experimenting with that one. And yeah, I'll be cracking on with another project, ladies and gentlemen, maybe die related, to do with another figure. Yeah, I've got some plans in motion for that, and of course I'll update you as soon as I work everything out with this custom Tatsu head. Arrived too late, we'll watch the replay. Okay, my man, appreciate it. Yeah, we're going to be wrapping it up now, my man. Thanks for dropping by anyway though, dude, really appreciate it. And you watch the replay, you'll find out why you can just hear me and not see me. But anyway, take care guys, everyone, all the best to you. Hope you have a cracking weekend, and we will catch you in the next one. See you later, boys.
See you guys.
see you later.